back.
It's unfortunate that sometimes we have to be drug induced. I don't really want to use drug, but substance, because it makes you. It's like taking peyote. You got the peyote, you have the ayahuasca, right? And those are not chemicals, but substances that kind of take you into another world, right? But it's like you got to be in another world before you can actually even, some things come to you, But the good thing about it is when they do come, I retain it. I don't forget it, But it's just those things that they get me there. And then once they get me there, I retain those things. So some people don't remember what it is that they were thinking about or came to them in that induced moment, if you will, because it's the wrong inducement, right? So I have had my most brilliant moments, when I'm taking, a gummy, or I have a smoke or something like that. Even though I don't really like to smoke like that, that's a rare occasion. But a gummy, a lot of times helps me to think on a different level, if you will, right? And so last night I had taken a gummy, and I'm sitting outside, and I'm looking at some videos, right? And suddenly, the thought of my mother came into my mind, and it was like, oh, okay, I get it, Mom. I get it. It's like we're going through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a glitch in us, if you will. And sometimes to rid that glitch, we got to leave this planet. You see what I mean? We got to leave this planet to get rid of that glitch. And we put back on another body. When? I don't know when. I don't profess to know that. But I do know that we're energy, and we never leave. We always return back to God, right? And whatever God may be to you, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's all. The arm, leg, arm, head. It's the image that I am in. I am not in any other image other than that right there. So that's what I return back to. But, like I said, there is no way that I can, the thought of my mother would come to me at that moment, and then I can feel that energy to where I know I got to speak to that energy. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't know any perfect parent. My mother wasn't necessarily perfect. I'm not perfect. I wasn't a perfect father, right? But I am the perfect father. My mother, I thought, to me, was a perfect mother for me. You see what I'm saying? Had some other woman been my mother, I don't know what it would have been. You know what I'm saying? But even with my mother's flaws, she was the perfect mother for me. Okay? So, as I'm getting older, I'm talking to, I have the opportunity to talk to my two sons. You know what I'm saying? And we talk on a regular basis. Not every day, but it's not too far, sometime within that week, we're going to be talking to one another. And it's been continuous. But I've been talking to my sons since they were babies. You know what I'm saying? I built that relationship with them when they were babies. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to them so much sometimes that they would start crying. They like, they want to go to sleep.
And they still be wanting to cry right now.
Yeah, they may. They may.
I know he didn't just tell y'all, excuse me, y'all. I know he just didn't tell y'all that he don't smoke that much.
No, I don't.
What? Okay.
I don't.
So listen here. Stop
When did
that,
I?
stop that
Well,
line,
hold.
stop.
When did I
Don't-
start
don't-
smoking?
don't
When
put
did I
your
start
hand-
smoking?
Don't put your hand on me. Don't put your
You need a
hand.
lint brush.
You bite me.
Yeah.
It's our anniversary today, you guys.
Yes, it is.
Happy anniversary to Suraj.
41 years.
No, we always do it wrong. Today is actually 40 years. So after this, now we can start saying 41. But that's what be getting us all confused. So it's technically 40 today.
On paper.
And then after here on, we can say we've been married 41 years.
Yeah. 40 years on paper.
Thank you, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Thank you all.
Mm-hmm.
Praise God. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I was about to bust out crying, y'all. You want to know why I was crying? Because God has kept me. For 40 years, he has been there for me. God has. Through all my faults, through all the things that I have done and sometimes still do. God has kept me with him right by my side.
The God man.
And that's it. No more tears.
Okay. Listen. Have you ever heard that song
Ooh.
have you ever heard that song by the Temptations
Now, you
called
need to
Power?
Get off camera for a minute.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
But you
What's
can
the
still
song?
answer.
What's the song? I don't know.
The song is called Power by the Temptations. Of course, it might have been other people who sang it before the Temptations because, these things always come from somewhere. And then we think it's something new, but no. It's always somewhere somebody done something and we take and we rebrand what somebody else has done and we give it another name. But anyways, there's this song called Power by the Temptations. And the song kind of starts out, singing the word power. And the first guy in the first, what do you call that when you sing in a verse? And he says that my mind is pure, right? My heart is pure and my mind is clean, basically. And he says, I don't want your money, and I don't want your gifts. Give me your minds and your soul to lift. Then the next guy says that trust in me, and I'll set you free. I'll move those mountains, and I'll part your sea. All I need is a little bit of power. Okay?
But
And
no
so
working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
Power?
Heard that song?
Yeah.
Wonder working power.
Power is religion. That's what religion is. Religion is power. And that's what they're really singing about. Mm-hmm. They said that you give me, all these things I'll do for you. Mm-hmm. Right? All I need is just a little power. Right? And then you can get off your knees once I get this power. That is the story of Adam and Eve. Mm-hmm. All these things Adam could do for Eve.
I be trying to get him to look at y'all when he talks, but he looks at me.
I don't know. It's just because I know
it's sometimes we look at each other, yeah. But I think I want y'all. I'm talking to y'all for the most part, so I try to look at the camera. I really feel like I'm speaking to a certain person or somebody I might know when I look at the camera.
Well, this is for you. Anyways.
Right. Yeah. You right there. Whoever's watching.
This is for you. Who's ever watching? I want you to go and order this holy water, and it's going to heal all your problems. I'm just joking.
I was going to say, girl, no, y'all don't believe that book.
I'm just joking. But that's it. And then if you listen to the next one of the other songs they singing, right? What they say? That that he can build a house from a single grain of sand, right? I can make a ship sail on dry land, right? And I can live forever if I wanted to. All these things I can do, right? But they're unimportant because why? I can't get next to you. Now that again is the story of Adam and Eve.
Excuse me 1 minute. I'm gonna take 1 second to use my magical powers and bring that bass over here. I want y'all to be still and focus.
Yeah. And you could.
Oh, it didn't come.
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
Okay, I'm gonna
but
show
you
you
can't
guys
believe.
my bass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand it to you and you put it on that table for me back, so I don't have to beat it on. And beautiful. Put them over there.
Okay.
40 years, you guys, like I said.
Yeah. You see what was going on. These songs are about man and a woman, God and man and woman. Okay, so this is the story of Adam and Eve. What he's saying is that all these things I was able to do, I can build. I can build everything from nothing, right? But they're unimportant because I can't get next to you. Nothing that I do satisfies you. You see what I'm saying? Is this what this is what's really what's going on with Eve? Nothing in this world satisfied her because she had a real jealousy. She had a jealousy about what Adam could do. All these things, I can build a house from a single grain of sand. I can live forever if I so desire. You know, I can make a ship sail on dry land. You know, so on and so on. I'll remove mountains and I'll part the sea. Okay, all for you. But because you're jealous because you couldn't do it, you had to go off and do the forgotten thing and partake of the fruit. And then years later, you regretted taking part of the fruit because you've seen the destruction that they left behind you. You see what I'm saying? You had to fail first to be able to understand what your desire or your jealousy can do to a world of people. So this is what I was experiencing last night when I was thinking about my mom. That we had to allow these things to happen. We had to go through these failures, right? To finally look back on our life and realize I'm getting old now. I'm getting older. And the things that I done when I was much younger, I'm looking hindsight back now and seeing that it really wasn't worth it. Some of those things are not worth it. There's going to be some good in there. There's going to be some evil in there, right? In the things that we do.
Was it worth working hard on your job?
No, it wasn't. Because look what happened. As good as I tried to be, a law-abiding citizen, that didn't matter to them whether I was a law-abiding citizen or not.
Everybody that knows you knows that you are not a criminal. You are what they call a law-abiding citizen. And look what they did to him.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Kind of like what they did to Jesus, ain't it, y'all?
Same thing.
Hold on.
Well, they did it to his brother.
The Jesus that y'all know.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
They said he did it to his brother rather than to him. Yeah, his twin brother. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But I'm just thinking about, you know, like I said, a lot of things that I did, I'm looking hindsight back and I said, well, you know, I could have done something different. But the thing is that because it's always about money, land and labor, if you will, right? Having things or not having things and stuff like that. And our discontentment. A lot of times people think they'll be content because they got a lot of money. But that don't mean it's going to make you content because you have a lot of money, because obviously very wealthy people murder and kill to keep what they got.
I want to tell them something that I noticed. just from being on social media this short amount of time, what I've noticed about social media. I can come on here and be like sincerely speaking to a person. Like I visualize a person and nobody will watch it really. Which is okay. I'm like, whatever, okay. But I was sincere, I meant what I said though. And when he get on here and say what he say, it's mean and harsh. And y'all like that, huh? When somebody be mean to folk. I don't have to be mean to get my point across to people. But I can be, you know?
Well,
anybody can be.
Really, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that there's some facts that, you know, like the instance, you know, people saying that we moved into their neighborhood. Well, you landed on Plymouth Rock, so whose neighborhood is it? You know what I'm saying? We want to go to their schools. No, you destroyed our schools to try to integrate us into your schools because your schools was trash. It was crap.
Ruby Bridges can tell y'all that story. Someone just told me in one of the comments that Ruby Bridges got a humanitarian award for that. I mean, that's great. I'm really glad about that.
Humanitarian award?
For what she went through when she was like 5 or 6 years old. Where's her money? Forget the humanitarian award. Can somebody give her like $20 million or something like that? That's what we call a reward, right?
Well,
she'll be straight. Her children will be straight. Her grandchildren will be straight. Do it that way.
America, at one time, historically speaking, was the most educated country in the world. And when we integrated in with them, we are now in last place. Our people is in last place for almost everything because we integrated in with them. All you have to do is go back, 75, 70 years or more. Go back to the 1930s, or beyond. Once you keep going further and further back, you're gonna see how that we were the most educated people. Shall I say, in the Americas? Not that we were the smartest people all the time, but we were educated to a degree that we were able to maintain and interact with the best in the world, right? And now, 1950, Brown versus the Board of Education, and look where we at now. We're in deep trouble. Deep trouble.
I need a glass of our juice we made.
We
got how many different kinds? Excuse me. We got how many different kinds of juices we made?
I don't know.
You can't think of anyone? Tell them what I made.
I don't know. Watermelon juice, apple juice.
That's one. Watermelon and apple.
Watermelon, blueberry, raspberries, and some other stuff.
Yeah, and it's so good, ain't it? So we're working on it, you guys. We know we gotta drop a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of this. I'm so little, I can't afford to drop too much weight. What?
Listen.
No, he didn't just say like that.
No.
No, I know I need to lose weight. I really do.
Yeah.
Do you need to lose weight?
Definitely, I know that. But it's not something that I just want to, it's like you focus on it so much till you actually just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, I need to eat that last, I need to eat that last burger, I need to eat that last steak, I need that last grilled cheese.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it puts it, it's like when we say we're going to do something, then the lower consciousness says, you ain't going to do nothing. You going to do what I tell you to do.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the lower consciousness says. It's challenging you. It's pushing you around. To say, I seen somebody today eating a McDonald's burger. And all of a sudden now you got that in your head because you done told yourself that, hey, look, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to get healthy. I'm going to do this. And as soon as you start doing that and focusing on it, then you don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
No lies.
Because that lower consciousness has said, okay, I'm gonna make a liar out of you.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not hard to do.
But we don't want to hold it too long.
Yeah.
Because I have to finish watching my TV series.
Yeah, it's hot in here too, so
We'll be alright.
Nah.
You gonna pay that bill?
I pay it all the time, every month. Have I failed yet?
I don't want it to be big.
It's too late.
Bye,
Summer is here.
Peace out. Thank you.